Dear student, in this video we will discuss CBSE Class 10 previous year's mathematics standard questions paper. In this video, these questions will be maximum of 80 marks and you will have 3 hours for solving all those questions. The most important things, you will have additional 15 minutes for reading this questions paper. So without wasting of your time, let's start. This video we will discuss only sections A questions. There will be total 20 questions. From question number 1 to 18 will be the MCQs, and the question number 19 and 20 will be the assertions reason based questions. The polynomial 3x square plus 6x plus k, and we have these conditions, and here we just have to find out the value of k here. Know very well the formula for finding out the sum of 0 means alpha plus beta, that is minus b by a, and here b is the 6 and a is 3, so minus 6 by 3 will give us 2, and the product of zeros means the alpha into beta. This formula will be c by a, so here c is our k and a is 3, so yes, alpha into beta will be k by 3. Even here, that is alpha plus beta plus alpha into beta is equal to minus 2 by 3. Now we will substitute the value. We have already find out the value of alpha plus beta, that is minus 2 here, and the value of alpha into beta, that is k by 3 here, that will be equal to minus 2 by 3. So we will use the equation concept here. So k by 3 will be equal to minus 2 by 3. These terms we will transfer towards the right side, so it will be the plus 2 here. Now after the simplification, we will have k by 3 is equal to minus 4 by 3. One more thing, these 3 and these 3 we will go out cancel, so the value of k, that will be minus 4, and in this way the correct answers for these questions will be option number C here. Here we will have the two linear equations. One is a 2x minus 3y plus a is equal to 0, and the second equation, that is 2x plus 3y minus b is equal to 0. Condition is, if you will substitute the value of x is equal to 1 and the value of y is equal to 2, then which relations will satisfy the correct explanation? If you will substitute the value of x as a 1 and y as a 2 in the first equations, so our expressions will be 2 times 1 minus 3 times 2 plus a is equal to 0. So when we will further simplify, it will be 2 minus 6 plus a is equal to 0. Basically the value of a will be only 4. Now we will further simplify for the second equation, that is 2x plus 3y minus b is equal to 0. Now we will again substitute the value of x as a 1 and y as a 2. Then we will get 2 times 1 plus 3 times 2 minus b is equal to 0. Then it will be 2 plus 6 minus b is equal to 0. So the value of b is equal to 8 here. If you will see the options carefully, here we have a as a 4 and b as a 8. So when we'll multiply 2 in a, then it will becomes the value as a b as a 8. So we can say the correct answers for these questions will be option number B, that is 2a is equal to b. Means here a is 2 times will be equal to the value of b here. In this question, we just need to find out the midpoints of the line segment that joins the P as a minus 4 and 5 and Q as a 4 and 6. You know that for finding out the midpoint, that will be the sum of the x-axis divided by 2 and the sum of the y coordinates and also divided by 2 here. We want to find out the value of x coordinates, that will be x1 plus x2 we will have as a minus 4 plus 4 by 2, that will be 0 by 2, and 0 by 2 means 0. Now similarly we will find out the value of y coordinate here, that will be 5 plus 6 by 2, that will be equal to 11 by 2. So basically we have the coordinate here x y as a, so in this way we have gotten the coordinate 0 and 11 by 2 here. So we can say any point where the x coordinate is 0, that will be lies on the y axis, and in this way our the correct answers for these questions will be option number B. In these questions we have the condition 7 plus 4 sine theta is equal to 9. Then we just have to find out the value of theta here. So when we will use the equations, we will have the value 4 sine theta is equal to 9 minus 7, which will give us 4 sine theta is equal to only 2. Okay. Now the value of sine theta will be 2 by 4, and 2 by 4 basically 1 by 2 we will have. Now you know it very well, 1 by 2 is just the value of sine 30. So 1 by 2 we can write as a sine 30. So sine and sine will be cancelled. So basically we will have the value of theta as a 30 degree, and in this way we have the correct answer as option number B. This question we just have to find out the value of tan square theta minus 1 by cos theta times sec theta. One more thing, you know it, 1 by cos theta is the reciprocal relations. So in the place of 1 by cos theta, we can write sec theta, because this is the formula of sec theta will be equal to 1 by cos. Now, one more thing, sec theta times sec theta will give us sec square theta. So finally we will have the relation tan square theta minus sec square theta. So tan square theta minus sec square theta will have the minus 1. So in this way our the correct answers will be option number C. In these questions we have the value HCF of 98 and 28 is M. Okay, so you know it very well, the HCF of 98 and 28 will be 14. So in this way we can say the value of M is nothing, just 14. Similarly, the second condition is given LCM of 98 and 28 as a n. So we can say the LCM of 98 and 28 will be 196. So at the place of n we can write the value as a 196. Now we just have to find out the value of n minus 7m. So we can say by according to questions, n minus 7m will be basically the value of n we can write as a 196 minus 7 times the value of m as a 14. So we will have 196 minus 98, and 196 minus 98 will give us the 98. So in this way we have the correct answers as option number C. In this questions it is asking the tangent drawn at the extremities of the diameter of a circles are always will be parallel to each other, because a tangent is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. Since the diameter consists of two radius in a straight line, the tangent at the both ends are the perpendicular to the same line. So in this way we can say that lines perpendicular to the same line are parallel to each other. Since we have two triangles, triangle ABC and DEF, so we can write here we have two triangle ABC and triangle DEF here. One more thing, here some things are given. Here it is given the value of angle B is equal to angle E. One more thing, here the value of angle F will also be equal to angle C, which is given in the questions. So basically we can say here two angles are equals. So we can say here the angle and angle criteria is applicable here, which are similar here. But it is one more thing given here, that is AB is basically 3 times of side DE. So we can say that 3 times larger than the DE means here AB is not equal to the side DE. So in this way we can say that the sizes are different here, so they are not congruent. So according to the options we can say these two triangles are similar but not congruent, and in this way the correct answers for option number D here. We have the conditions minus 1 to the power n plus minus 1 to the power 8 equal to 0. So we know that when we will further simplify, it will be minus 1 to the power n and minus 1 to the power 8, which is even here. So of course we will get the value as a positive. So it will be 1 is equal to 0. Now minus 1 to the power n is equal to minus 1, because 0 minus 1 will be equal to minus 1. Okay, one more thing, this expression is equal to minus 1. So basically at the place of n, whenever we will have the degree as an odd number, let's say we can say minus 1 to the power minus 3, minus 1 to the power minus 7, minus 1 to the power minus 21, basically the odd number, then only these conditions will satisfy. The means whenever we will have the value minus 1 to the power n as an odd number, then we will get the result as a negative of 1 here. So in this way, we can say that the correct answers for these questions is option number C, means the value of n, that will be here any odd number. We have the graph, and we just need to find out the number of distinct zeros of the both of the polynomials here. So basically the main concept is here, the zeros of a polynomials are the point where the graph intersect at the x-axis. So when you will see nicely here, the graph is intersect at the x-axis at this point and this point. So basically we will have here the two intersecting points. So in this way we can say that the correct answers for these questions will be option number C here. In these questions, we have the expressions, the sum of the first m terms as 2m square plus 3m. Then we just have to find out the second term. So in these questions, we have the value of sum of m term as a 2m square plus 3m. One more thing, if we will find out the sum of the first term, means the value of s1 will be 2 times 1 square plus 3 times 1, which will give us 5. Similarly, when we will find out the sum of the second term, we will get as 2 times 2 is square plus 3 times 2, which will be 14. But in this questions, it is asking for finding out the second term here, means the value of a2. So for finding out the value of second term, we can use the formula, that is s2 minus s1. So s2 we have as a 14 and s1 we have as a 5. So 14 minus 5 will give us 9. In this way, the correct answers for these questions will be option number B. In these questions, we have mode as a 15x and mean as a 18x. Then we just have to find out the median. So here we will use the empirical formula, and empirical formula is what? Is nothing, just 3 times median is equal to mode plus 2 times mean. Okay, now we will simply substitute the values. So here, so median will be basically mode plus 2 times mean divided by 3. Now we will simply substitute the values. So median is equal to 15x plus 2 times 18x divided by 3. So after the simplification, 15x plus 36x divided by 3, it means we can say 51x by 3, basically 17x. So in this way, we will have the correct answers as option number C. These questions, it is asking a card is selected as a random from the 52 playing cards. Okay, and we just have to find out the probability for being a red face card. So if we talk about the three face card, because there will be three face card, that is Jack, Queen and the King. So we know that the total red face cards, so we know that out of the 52 cards, we will have the two red suits. One is the heart and second is the diamonds. So basically the total red face card will be 3 hearts plus 3 diamonds. That will be 6. So now we can find out the probability. So that will be total red face card will be 6 and the total number of card that will be 52. So 6 by 52 will be the correct answers, but we can further simplify, reduce it into the simplest forms. So we will get 3 by 26, and 3 by 26 is the correct answers of option number D. In these questions, it is asking, we just need to find out one rational number between the root 3 and root 5. So you know it very well, the value of root 3 is basically 1.732 and so on. And the value of root 5 in the decimal form will be 2.236. So basically we just need to find out the one rational number between these two numbers. So by seeing the closely observations, we can say the correct answers for these questions will be option number D, because the value of pi is 3.14 something something. Of course, that will not falls between these two rational numbers. Similarly, option number B can't be happen because it is more than the value of root 3 and 5. And similarly, option B can't, because this value is less than from these two irrational number. In these questions, we have the area of sector as a 45 and the central angle as a 72 degree. Then we just need to find out the radius of the circle. So basically we have the area of sector as a 45. So basically we have the area of a sector as a 40 pi. You know it very well. The formula for finding out the area of a sector is theta by 360 degree times pi r square. That will be equal to 40 pi. One more thing, pi and pi will be go out cancels. The value of theta is given, that is 72 by 360 degree times radius, that we just need to find out, will be equal to 40. One more thing, in 72 tables 360 will comes 5, so the value of r will be root under 40 times 5, and when we will further simplify, we will get the value of r as a 10 root 2. In these questions, we have PA as a tangent from the external point P, that is this point. P is the external point here, and we have the value of angle POB, that is 115 degree. We just need to find out the value of angle APO, means this angle we just need to find. So if you will see the questions nicely, then we have this is a straight line. So of course the sum of this angle means the angle AOP plus the value of angle BOP will be equal to 180 degree by using the linear pair. So we can say the value of angle AOP will be equal to 180 degree minus 115 degree by using a linear pair. Now in triangle AOP, we can say that the sum of all three interior angles will be equal to 180 degree. By using angle sum property of a triangle, we can easily find out the value of angle APO, that will be equal to 180 degree minus this angle, that is 65 degree and 90 degree. Why 90 degree? Because this is a radius of a circle and this is a tangent line. So we know that radius that will always form a 90 degree on a tangent. So yes, after the simplifications, we will get the value of angle APO as a 25 degree, and in this way our correct options will be option number A. Questions, we have a kite, and kite is flying at the height of 150 meter from the ground, and it is attached to the string that is inclined at the angle of 30 degree. Then we just have to find out the length of the string. Triangle, let's say the AC is the length of the string and AB is the height of a triangle, of a kite which is flying in just 150 meter from the ground. So basically we just have to find out the value of AC. One more thing, kite is inclined at the angle of 30 degree, means this angle is given. Okay, so basically we have the perpendicular, we have to find out the hypotenuse. So perpendicular and hypotenuse, we will use the sine trigonometric functions here. So basically sine 30 degree will be equal to AB by AC. Now we will substitute the value. So sine 30, we know that its value is 1 by 2. AB is 150 meter, that is given. AC is basically the length of the string. So AC will be 2 times 150, that will give us 300 meter. And in this way we can say that the correct answers for these questions will be option number B. A piece of wire that is 20 centimeter long. Of course, this wire is bent into the forms of an arc of an circles with radius 60 by pi centimeter and angle subtend by the arc at the center of the circles. This thing we just need to find out. So basically in these questions we have the value of L, that is 20 centimeter here, and the value of R we have as a 60 by pi centimeter. So we will use the formula here, angle subtend by the arc at the length formula. So basically its formula L is equal to theta by 360 times 2 pi r. Now we will normally substitute the values. Basically 20 we have, theta that we just need to find out, by 360 degree 2 times pi, and the value of r is given 60 by pi. One more thing, this pi and this pi will be go out cancels. So after the simplifications, we will get the value of theta here as a 60 degree. That will be our correct options as option number B. Question number 19 and 20 will have the assertions and reason based questions. We will choose the option number A when both assertions and reasons will be true and reason is the correct explanation for the assertions. We will choose option number B when assertions and reasons are true but reason is not the correct explanations for the assertions A. Option number C we will choose when assertions is true but reason is false. We will choose option number D when assertion is false but reason is true. Here assertions in question number 19 is the probability of selecting a number at random from the number 1 to 20 is 1. It means if you will find out the probability of each and every number from 1 to 20 and if you will add all of their probabilities, then you will get the value as a 1. Means in this way we can say that since we are selecting a number from the given set of numbers 1 to 20, so we are guaranteed to pick one of them, making it is a sure event. And reason, it is saying that for any event E, probability of event will be equal to 1. So yes, this is also true. So in this way we can say that here assertions and reasons both are correct here and reason is the correct explanations for assertion. So we can say the option number A will be the correct answers for this question. In question number 20, assertions is saying that if we join two hemispheres of same radius along their bases, then we get a sphere. Yes, this is true because two equal hemispheres joined at the base form a complete sphere. Okay, reason is saying that when the total surface area of a sphere with radius r is 3 pi r square. So no, this is wrong because you know it very well. There is a formula for finding out the surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r square. So we can say here assertions is true but reason is false here. So we will choose the correct options of option number C here.